Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying the action so far at the Poker Heaven European Cash Game. I'm Nick Wellthall, alongside poker professional Gary Jones.
This time Peter Eastgate's got the queens, holding the ladies.
Okay, you've just lost the pot, so I'll try and give you back some of your losses.
Pass.
Well, Sammy's playing Jack 4. I guess that has more to do with the fact that he gets to play his button, and
I think it's got as much to do with the fact that it's Sammy that it's got to do.
He didn't play the last hand.
Exactly. Does look like
850.
Squeeze play from Riku.
Nice friendly game.
Well, this is the second hand in a row Peter Eastgate's been re-raised. This time he's got queens.
Probably not going to be going anywhere, is he? Just a case of whether he wants to call or pop it again, I guess.
Exactly.
Cool.
He's going to see a flop.
Pass.
You can split my 100 each.
You had pot odds.
Huh?
You had pot odds.
I did have pot odds.
How can you fold?
We'll see a flop.
It's very simple.
Riku is a million miles behind, but he's got the lead in the hand.
If he makes a decent sized bet here, he can represent the ace-king that Peter was probably worried about.
1150.
And that's probably going to win the pot.
Do you think? I think Peter might get tempted to take a card off. I guess it depends. A lot depends on whether he's played with Riku before and whether he knows that he's capable of making a squeeze play super light, which he has done here.
Cool.
Well, he's made a good call. You were right. I bow to your knowledge, Nick.
Do I get a share of the pot? I don't, sadly.
King.
That might make the queens feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, presumably you just mean it makes it less likely that he has ace-king, right?
Exactly.
And Riku decides to give up.
Check.
Eastgate must know his hand's probably good now, right?
7.
He probably does, yes. Wow, a big bet here from Riku. It's the only way you can possibly win this.
He's dug himself a big hole, Riku, hasn't he? He's going to try and bet his way out of it.
2400.
24.
And that's what he's doing.
Now, Peter Eastgate needs to figure out whether Riku's slow played a monster here, because that's all he's really afraid of, isn't it? Aces or the ace-king, I guess.
He's also just made one call against Eric, which he wasn't too happy with. Managed to convince himself to do. Might be afraid of doing the same thing again. Well, he's made a good call this time.
Yeah, nice play from Peter Eastgate.
He's definitely showing that you won't be bluffing me.
He has, hasn't he?
Is good.
And Riku's not even going to show his queen deuce horrible.
You didn't fold a 4, did you?
Here's the leaderboard after that hand. Peter Eastgate's river call puts him just top of the shot. Riku's bluff that went wrong knocked him down to 5,800 already. And Gary, tell us what's unique about a cash game, because most of our viewers will spend a lot of time watching tournament play.
Well, the big thing about tournaments is it's a game of survival while at the same time you're trying to accumulate chips. With a cash game, you're not really as worried about the survival element. You're just playing the odds, you're playing the players, and you're just playing the percentages for the most part. So it really changes the decisions you're making. You're not worried about, can I afford to lose this chips? Are the blinds too big for me? I've got to make a move. You can just play the same solid poker all the time.
Well, we also have live straddles, which we'll talk about in a second in a cash game, which you don't get in a tournament. There's 2 of them on here. It's 200 to go. First decision from Sammy George, and he's re-raised to 800. Flat call by Riku with a 10.
Yeah, lively pot straight away. So even before we get the flop, there's nearly 2,000 in there.
King. 3, 5.
He's ugly, but he's not scary.
Ugly but not scary.
Well, not a bad flop for Sammy George. It hasn't helped his hand, but he can represent that king quite easily.
I'd bring it home to me, mother.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
17.
I think she'd be proud of you.
No, I bring Sammy home.
She would be proud of you, actually, to be honest.
Well, Sammy already has a loose image at the table, even though we haven't been playing too long.
Gentlemen, you've brought
you might be thinking your 10s are good right now. The problem is, Riku's a little short in money. He makes a mistake in this pot, it's all his chips, and that's probably what's going through his mind.
Can we see the tournament?
You want me to show it for you? I'll only show it because it's you. Only.
No, don't think so.
Oh, you had it.
I had it from you.
Oh, that's sick.
Here we are with the ranking of hands. If all else fails, you've always got your high card. Next best is 1 pair. Better yet, 2 pair. After that, 3 of a kind, also known as trips or a set. This is followed by a straight, 5 cards in a row of any suit. Next up, a flush. Prettiest of all the hands, 5 cards of the same suit, in any order. You'll usually win with a full house, 3 of a kind and a pair. That's unless your opponent has 4 of a kind, also called quads. Almost unbeatable is a straight flush. That's 5 cards, all in order, all of the same suit. And finally, the most beautiful hand of all, a royal flush. That's a straight flush, ace high. We're 8-handed here, 7 European players and our 1 visitor from across the pond. Eric Liu, the American representative. It was the Ryder Cup, he'd been in all sorts of trouble. 100 straddle announced by the dealer. That's like a third blind, but it's live. Just talk us through the straddle, Gary, and what effect it has.
Well, basically, in a normal cash game, you'll have two blinds, 25 and 50. And in this one, you have the option to have a third straddle or even a 4th straddle. In this case, it would be 100. What that actually does is it's effectively pushing the size of the blinds up and meaning the person in the live straddle gets to wait until all of the action's gone before he actually has to look at his cards.
Not much for me.
Cool.
Don't raise.
No, this time I actually do have a hand, a proper hand. You know when you learn poker in the beginning, just the lamb.
So it's on the chart.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll just call.
Cool.
Just call.
I was going to give you 500 quid if you raised there.
Just call.
5 of them are going to take this flop.
I can't do it to them. I just can't.
2, ace, 9.
Top pair for Eric. Middle pair for Riku.
Check.
Check.
One of those.
Check.
I know who's going to bet in this hand.
Check.
So, there we go. Good boy.
1150.
1150.
Well, the best hand's making the bet.
Pass.
Yeah, it might look like a move, mightn't it? Because he is in last position, but we can see he has got
Okay,
the best of it.
call. Let's see. What is it, 11?
1150.
Well, there's a very loose call from Sammy. He's only got
Let's see
2
where we
cards to
are.
catch.
Just to see where we're going.
Pass.
Backdoor straight draw.
I think that's kind of what he's hoping for right now. If he does make a backdoor straight, Eric could make 2 pairs, so he might get some action.
Button.
That would be fun.
King.
Here's the turn, no help.
He might get a free card. I can't imagine
Check.
Eric likes his
Check.
kicker much. Not in a 5-handed to the flop.
Check.
There you go.
Slowing down. Scared.
King.
I check.
Check.
Will Eric find another small value bet here? He's thinking
I
about
think
it.
so. I think he will.
What's he hoping to get paid by here, Gary? If
A
he
9,
makes, if he
if-
makes a value bet.
Possibly make it look like he's got a busted flush draw.
And check.
2 pair.
Oh,
2 pair.
that'd be very good. Oh,
He had the ace.
and the ace.
Sammy's 3s are no good. Another pot for Eric Liu.
He was very confident.
Not going to spoil Sammy's fun, though, is it?
I don't think so.
No, he checked because I brought my
Eric
chips
wasn't
out
sure
ready
what
to-
he was up against.
Ready to fire.
And he's about 5,000 euros up already. Very nice start for Eric.
He can lose here.
What it takes to be a good tournament player is patience and got to be a very good hand reader, and you got to be disciplined, and yeah, you just got to know all the angles about the game.
Cash game's the ultimate test. Tournaments end up with 20 big blinds, everyone's got 20 big blinds, and it's just going all in or folding, whereas cash games there's much more play.
You can make many more big gambles, many more big calls and big bluffs than you probably can in most tournaments.
Tournament play obviously is more glamorous and you get a lot of TV airtime and young girls throwing their knickers at you and stuff.
I'm a cash game player, so of course I'm going to think that playing cash games and moving up in that is going to be harder. But I'm sure tournament players might disagree with me.
I think if you can conquer cash games, you've really learned a lot about your inner self. Whereas if you conquer tournaments, you probably just got fluky for a few days.
It's a different breed of players, cash players to tournament players. The tournament players, they pick a hand and they go all in and they get lucky and they win the hand. But with the cash players, sometimes they respect a little bit the cards more and they bet him and they pass the hand that they should be in and win it.
We've got a €100 straddle from Andy Black.
Andy, you should have seen the game yesterday.
It was poetry in motion.
It was war.
It was one of the best hit and run jobs I've seen for a long
Hit and
time.
run. 10 hours you called hit and run.
He does actually got
Do you think online superstar Eric Lou's seen a player like Sammy George before, a character like Sammy before?
I don't know how much live cash action Eric Lou's actually done, so maybe not. Could be new territory for him. And it's our first little bit of action from Neil Channing, racing on the button.
I don't blame you.
I'm very angry.
Punish me by calling, that's the way. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, we got them all in.
Well, he's getting no respect. It's his first action of the day, and everyone's in. 4 to the flop. All 3 of the blinds.
4, 3, king.
And manages to miss all 4 of them this board.
That last time would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Deuce on the turn. Deuce on the turn. A deuce on the turn.
Check.
Not a pair and barely a draw.
That would have been beautiful.
Deuce on the turn.
Oh.
Well, there's Andy Black's card.
And Christoph Haller picks up the nut flush draw.
1,000.
There again, deuce on the turn, deuce on the river would have been good.
Pass.
Quite a big bet. There was 1,300 in there. He's bet €1,000.
Andy now trying to decide whether he thinks he's checking a king on the flop. Got a good kicker with his 8.
Oh, yeah.
I think you can pretty well tell he's not totally comfortable.
He's got Neil Channing behind him as well, who doesn't have anything to go to war with. This should be it.
I didn't work very well. If you treat them like that, they might see them. It's very hard to see.
Christoph Haller takes it down. Don't go anywhere, as we'll bring you more action from the European cash game.